Hey everyone, today we're doing a quick update at that Connecticut beaver swamp. Look at that, we have a train parked up there on the siding today, and we also have a train behind it moving, if you can see between the gaps. So this swamp right here, it has not gone back up. The beavers have not been here. Now there is an abandoned beaver lodge. I believe this to be a secondary beaver pond, which basically means they don't come here often to check on it. It's just a reserve of water, because that's what they do. They help us during droughts. Like right now, we are in a severe drought, this area of Connecticut, and it's just not raining a lot. Occasionally we'll get a downpour that drops like an inch, but it really doesn't help. The rivers don't rise, nothing happens as a result. It's just barely keeping certain things alive. Now, it looks like the beavers may have done a little bit here, but the water level really has not risen from it at all. Take a look at this. This may have been crammed in here by the beavers, this tiny bit of debris, especially considering that one right there has some leaves on it. And I do see that little tip right there, looks like it could have been cut by beavers. That's only bringing the water level up about 1 inch or so. We're gonna leave that be right now. It's good to see everything around here is still green though. Right here I want to show you, hopefully I don't scare them. There's a ton of water beetles right here. Is that showing up on the camera? So many water beetles. There's also a lot of giant frogs around here. Let's go check out across the street for a moment. That pond also seems very low. It's good to see that there is still a little bit of trickling here. If the beavers really were persistent, even in the drought, they can get this water back up. But a lot of times when the water is flowing so little, they're not attracted to it. They need noise, they need current to alert them to the problem, and then they go and they fix it. These times when it's getting into these severe droughts, it just shows us how important the beavers really are. Because all these beaver ponds that aren't causing a problem near the roadway, the ones that are all remaining, the forest does seem considerably healthier. I also see a few sticks here cut by beavers also. Across the street, everything looks really healthy, but I can tell the gigantic pond is a little bit low. And that's probably because usually this is flowing enough where it's able to out into the plunge pool a little bit. You see how it's sticking against the retaining wall? It's not that low, but it is low. In the times we've unclogged it before, it's been blasting enough turbulent whirlpool spinning here. The water's gone up to the edges here behind that little wall of debris. But that wall of debris is actually beneficial because it keeps this water here, which cuts down erosion. If that was removed and this pool was drained, when this thing starts blasting, it'll dig out more and more, cause erosion to the banks, cause erosion to this wall, and ultimately erosion to this road. So all the times we've unclogged in the past, that's to prevent this from happening. You see this erosion right here? That's from water during storms rapidly coming over the road because of the clogged pipe. Now, a few commenters said, this erosion here is just from it raining and it coming off the road. No, it's not. Even during a torrential downpour, it would be evenly dispersed across the whole road. You're only seeing it here, and over here you're also seeing a good amount of it. But if you go down anywhere else, away from this culvert pipe as the road starts to elevate a little bit, you don't see much of anything. Nope. Like right here, this little cut in the debris, that's from normal roadway water coming off it. But no, it's from it flooding. Hey everyone. I stopped on this section of roadway today because I want to show you this beaver swamp. just coming down this hill right here, this whole section of forest is completely dead. The beavers have drowned the trees. And once these trees start dying, they'll drop more material. And at the same time, they're helping the wetlands. So you can tell this is a very new culvert. They just installed this plastic culvert. As you see, it's barely flowing because of the drought we're in. Very recent, probably done earlier this year, maybe last year, but check it out. There's no blockage there, but I do see a lot of movement, which is likely tadpoles. I imagine the beavers would have been relocated. As you can see, this gigantic beaver dam right here. The majority of the swamp has been drained back. The majority of this dead trees are no longer in the water. But that is so beautiful. Look at this giant carpet of just duckweed. And I do see a bunch of ducks in there. They don't look like native ducks. They might be farm ducks from the neighbor who's here. It's really cool. A bunch of trees are also still in the water, because when the DOT did whatever they did, it doesn't look like it was as low as it once was. But I do see a gigantic beaver dam here built behind this old wall that would have been built back when this was a farm. They would have pushed all the rocks over to the edge, and that's how you have all these amazing rock walls. That lady just stopped to ask if her horses got out, wondering why I was here filming. Right here, just 50 feet down from the culvert, you can tell this entire area in here was recently underwater, and probably for at least a season or two. And that's why we have so much dead trees this far away. You see, there is still a good amount of water back there, but not in this whole area back here, even beyond this other rock wall. They brought it back a bunch, but it looks like they're gonna keep part of the wetland, which is pretty cool. The trees are already dead. They're not coming back from this. So now they have a beautiful marsh. Those are some pretty wildflowers. And a lot of poison ivy around here. We're coming to check out another culvert pipe. And just like a lot of the other ones in the area, they're not flowing. It's damp down there. The rocks are just cold. It's making condensation, but nothing else. See how the swamp's doing across the street. How dried up is it? Yeah, this whole swamp is dry. There's no water here. It's just a little moist. Wouldn't be surprised if these cattails start dying from it. Hey everyone. Today we're doing a quick update on the Beaver Swamp at the Triangular Great Culvert. It's about 8:20 in the middle of August. Sun's about to go down. Came here to do a check on it. Massachusetts is currently now in a severe drought, and you can see the water is no longer coming in enough to support the beaver pond. Today was a pretty hot day in the 90s. Right now we have dropped back into the 70s, but just being near this body of water, I can feel so much humidity. This water must be so warm. As you can see, the beavers have barely clogged this thing up right as of now. And I do see a little bit of flow. I'm not sure why they're not really working anymore. If they got this thing, they could definitely get this pond back up. I'm wondering why they're not working that much. We haven't been here in a couple of weeks. Well, this pond's not looking too good now. In times like this, the beavers can adapt. What they'll typically do is, since the entrances of their giant lodge would certainly be out of the water from this amount of water loss, they will actually build an entrance going down into the water so they can escape predators. So this will not hurt them unless it continues to dry up. And based on, there is actually a little bit of flow there. They could bring this thing back up. But since it's not flowing a lot, the beavers just haven't thought of it. Look how much the grass is pushed over right here. Is that beaver traffic or fisherman traffic? And a frog just hopped away. Now we gotta go see. Yes, it's still here. What could be the reason for this? See this rope that we pulled last time? No, there's nothing on it this time. It's a giant fish hook, which last time had a pork chop on it. I'd assume they're trying to catch a catfish or a turtle. So downstream here, the gigantic beaver swamp is actually holding all its water. It may be a couple inches low, but not looking that bad. This side of the road is probably 1 foot below normal. We've seen it a foot above normal, so this is quite the difference. But good to see there's no problem. Now that the water's so low, take a look at this. You can see a lot of fencing from a much larger beaver structure in the past. And you can also see, look at all these gigantic balls of roots. Typically, we can just see the stumps that make little islands. Back when they built this road, this was all just forest, but the road made a good opportunity and an easy pond for the beavers. If the road wasn't here, it likely would have remained a stream that just led into the giant beaver pond across the street. But roads help beavers build, and them building helps them destroy the road. So it's a never-ending battle. There's a good amount of fish in here that keep splashing around. Oh, cool. There's a couple bats flying around close to the surface of the water to get bugs. It's always good to see bats. It's so quiet and peaceful out here. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, right now we're at the sculpture park in Franklin, Massachusetts. Looks pretty dry here also. Based on the water line, you wouldn't be seeing these cinder blocks. There's a lot of ducks over here. The ducks are what caught my eye the first. Right behind the police department. So many ducks. Even over here is a bit low. But the ducks like it. They have a big mud bar to hang out on. This is pretty cool. Lots of friendly ducks. So if they really wanted to, they could raise the water by adding a few blocks of wood here. That's what that slot's for. Really nice place. Alright everyone, we're gonna have to end today's video now. It's really hot out. Heat index is about 110 and today's actual temperature is around 98. Just unbearable to continue doing anything today. Except we can go look at Bigfoot over here. And a big metal bear. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. I wonder if this place used to be some type of in-ground pool or if it was designed to be a pond or not. Because I can tell it used to be abandoned at one point. Just take a look at how many trees are growing inside it that died when they flooded it.